Come on. Okay, let me check. Okay, live. Sudha live. Okay, I have checked on YouTube, on LinkedIn, and here I am. Let me find my Zoom window, come back and talk to you guys. Where am I? Okay. Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Sudha Jamthe, and this is Sudha Live. This is a long week for me. I don't know how your week has been. I have been teaching multiple classes. I teach multiple classes, but in the same week when I do it for Spain from my morning, then my day gets long. And on a very hot topic on AI is exciting. And the world has so many things happening in the AI world, which I'm going to bring it to you now. And on top of that, I'm teaching a class which is all designers who are becoming entrepreneurs and learning AI. So it's been crazy, keeping up with them, thinking about their ideas, making sure that we are able to arm them enough with all the knowledge and content to go build out what they're dreaming up to change the world is like amazing. It's too much work, but it's exhausting. So, I am coming back from the class that I taught this morning at Elisava School of Design and Engineering with a group of people who are going to change the world, right? So the one I was talking about. So what I'm going to bring today is Sudha Live. And for those of you who are my regular, welcome. And thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. And what we are going to do is AI opportunities, the latest in the AI world, which is buzzing with a lot of stuff. So I'm going to bring you that. I'm going to bring you AI opportunities in the form of jobs and events and tons of calls. Last week, I was saying the focus is all jobs. I gave you a bunch of jobs. This week, I have a lot of calls and opportunities. It's amazing. And so that's my usual. And then, other than just, in the generative AI world, there's a lot of stuff happening. Then, other than generally the latest I see in this week, and I bring it for you, I noticed from my discussion with my students, there's a bunch of things that is possible with generative AI. And so that triggered a lot of very interesting thought process, which made me go and find things for you. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that. So AI, latest in AI, what's happening in generative AI world, AI opportunities, world-changing ideas. Do we have the tech for it? And I'm not talking about AGI. I'm not in that camp saying, you're going to get AGI anytime soon or any kind of fear mongering. For me, I have an excitement about AI. I also teach AI ethics at Barcelona Technology School to four different master's program. And these days, Yashashwini Vishwanath is joining me in the responsible AI classes, teaching those. So it's one of those things where I want AI to do the right thing. I want my students to make AI do the right thing. Okay. So without further ado, let me go get started. Let me go. Okay. So the first thing is jobs. Why don't I start with jobs since we have jobs, right? Let me check. Okay. So there's a call from the US government. It's called usa.jobs.gov. Yeah, no, I'm not sharing my screen. Let me start with that. Mhm. So they call it IT specialist artificial intelligence. This is from the Department of Homeland Security. And then, in the traditional sense, when you're thinking, oh, it is IT and what are they doing? Is this mine? And then you see that they're talking about people who are technology expert for AI ML enablement applications and solutions. So this variety of different jobs. If you dig deeper, there are various different jobs. There are, of course, engineer jobs, but also a lot of different jobs of how you build productize it, how you do create the engagement, and then how you do program management. Every possible job is under this list. So I would urge you, I mean, this is for US citizens because this is for Homeland Security, but I would urge you to look at that. Um, so here we are, right? That is a lot of details here. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing this window. Let me go find you on LinkedIn first, because there's some of you, LinkedIn actually shows me who the people are, and I get to see the numbers. And unless you say hello, I'm not going to know who you are. Ask me questions. So let me go there, click on LinkedIn, and go. Okay. So, okay, I see you. I see you by numbers. I see the numbers going up too. So, thank you for joining me. We're just getting started. I was just sharing USA jobs. Um, I would love for you to say hello. Oh my God, more people coming in. So I would love for you to say hello and or introduce yourself, say something. And if you don't want to speak, of course, there's a whole tray of emojis that you can send them away my way, right? With the topics that I'm talking, at least it'll give me feedback. If not feedback, oh, more people joining. What is happening today? What did I do? Oh my God. Thank you. So please talk to me, guys. I need you to talk to me because I can't just be looking at that number wondering who are these people? What do they want? Thank you, guys. Yes, thank you for the emojis. I appreciate that. So, what are we talking about? So, I'm going to talk about AI opportunities. This week, we always do Weekly Wednesday, which is a weekly speaker series. And once in a while, I would come and do a webinar. This week, Yashashwini came and did a webinar, and she's based out of Bangalore, so she got access to Google Gemini's Duet AI, and so she came and gave some demo of that. And I believe this demo of Duet AI, I was one of those people very excited because they have integrated Gemini into Google Workspace. So I've shown you, when you look at Gemini last week, I did that with you go. Bard becomes Gemini. I showed you last week at Sudha Live, and you can actually go say draw a donkey. Remember that exercise? I did that. We can do things like that. And you can summarize a YouTube video, whatnot. But now that has been integrated into your Gmail, into spreadsheet, so you can do a lot of interesting things. Yes, you like it? Yes, awesome. I'm loving this emoji thing more than all your talks. Maybe try chatting and see if I like that better. So the one thing is, they haven't given access to everybody. So all that we could see was Yashashwini showing us how Duet AI can act like a pair programmer. A pair program is a concept where a developer who's coding can actually have the AI code in parallel with them. And so they can actually validate their code, or if they want small snippets and say instead of saying drawing a donkey, they can say generate a code for a neural network to do whatever, right? And things like that. And so she was showing that piece. So for those of you who missed it, it is live streamed here on LinkedIn also. What we've done is I trimmed it to the beginning of 15 minutes because I didn't want to just be marketing for Google and just showing their demos. You can go find the demos from anywhere, but the actual meat of it is um, the demo, live demo of talking to the AI to make it generate code. So this will be interesting for developers. But what I want to do is, it hit me as a because I was seeing it only at Weekly Wednesday for the first time. So it hit me that I could make work with Yash, and we can do like a demo thing where we could ask it to do something and then take that and run that code and show the output of it, right, instead of looking just at the code. So we might do an exercise like that. Remember, I do the dog versus mop. I started telling her, can you make it generate a dog? I was trying to catch it to see whether it can hallucinate. Like all large language models will hallucinate, and all AI is making a prediction. So there is a confusion matrix, so it's never 100% sure, right? So it looks like it is sure because its world is very narrow and it's very confident, right? But there is so it, and on top of that, LLM hallucinates. And when it write code, does it hallucinate? It does. Research has shown that it does, but I wanted to catch it. So I was trying that. So that's in Weekly Wednesday. So this Weekly Wednesday, if you are a coder, I think you should go look at it. Otherwise, I am sorry, but that this week's Weekly Wednesday is not for you. We will bring you an amazing speaker who is one of the LLM companies that I've shown before. I will tell you, I'm not going to tell you now. You'll have to see it at our newsletter. Somebody who's built an LLM company and the LLM who's going to come and show us what they did, how they did, the challenges. Because I'm not talking about building a chatbot, guys. You've been asking me how to build a chatbot and drag, and we did a session on drag, and we are going to do more. But this one is a real LLM, fine tuning an LLM, building it. How did they do it? What are the challenges? What are the opportunities? I'm going to give you a clue. Remember Latimer? We spoke about Latimer. Go check it out, and I will bring it to you. Okay, I'm going to refresh my page because that's how it is showing. So, Adil, are you asking me how you can join the live stream on Zoom? This one, when I do the Sudha live, I do not share the Zoom with everybody. It is just my personal Zoom room, and you're on the live stream and you're talking to me. This is the best way. You can just add a comment and talk to me here. And on Wednesday, the Weekly Wednesday, I have a small group which comes in. So for Weekly Wed, you can join Zoom. So if you join here, when we do a future webinar, it's Weekly Wed registration, then you should be able to join. Registration, I hope I wrote the right spelling. Okay, so for Weekly Wed, you can join here. For Sudha Live, you just have to send me more emojis or ask me a question or comment right here. But thank you for that interest. I appreciate it. I'm not running a full Zoom room. This is where I'm talking to you, so I'm literally looking at LinkedIn to see any notification which comes when anybody adds a comment like you did. So thank you for that. And I'm looking at the numbers of people who are joining for some reason and going up. Today is such an exciting day because I was actually telling one of my friends, I'm going to have such an amazing time at Sudha Live today because of some interesting information from the latest world that I've lined up. I always get excited about the next shiny object in technology. Okay, so now the first big thing this week is there. What I saw through the week, there has been Cohere from AI has launched uh, something called Aya, and 3,000 developers from around the world have come together. And we already heard about Abhinaya Mahendran, and she was talking about uh, LLM for Tamil language. And from there, I believe there was a conference called Kani Tamil that happened. I mentioned that last week. So we have officially that 101 languages in a multimodal language model from Aya has been launched. So we are hearing from all of those developers. At least a couple of them are on my list. Okay, let me share one of them. I don't know this person personally, but I appreciate everyone who's working, especially in a grassroots form, collaboratively, if they're doing it. I mean, that's unbelievable. Where is that feed? Okay. So here it is. And here is Yogesh Haribau Kulkarni. And he had shared this, saying, a collaborative initiative to prepare language data sets for building a new massively multilingual generative LLM and covering 101 different languages of the world. So the beauty of this is so many, these are all real researchers, right? All of these people, they are coming together, and it is 101 languages, 2x times faster than baseline Blooms and MTO. Those are the open source models they're comparing with. And they're also releasing the Aya collection, the largest collection of multilingual instruction fine-tuned dataset today, with 503 million prompts and completions covering 114 languages. And it's all open source. So one of the things people have been asking me on the language side is, where do you get started for your language? What do you need to do this, right? So this is the kind of data that you would need. You would need this prompts instruction sets. And if the language is a low resist language didn't exist, you would need a lot more tools. So that's a totally different conversation. But this is multilingual instruction fine-tuned data set. And let me go to the GitHub here. So this is introducing Aya. Do they have a video about it? Usually will not accept things. Okay. I'm going to show you this. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. You're not seeing that shared window. Sorry. Let me go back. Sorry about that. So I went to this Aya. I'll just move back a little bit since they started giving the.
Decided to work together to fix this.
Merhabalar, ben Ahmet.
Esse aqui é o Sam, Ana Vardas Davidas.
Oi, eu sou Luísa. Eu moro no Reino Unido, mas eu sou brasileira.
Namaste, मेरा नाम Daniel D'Souza है. मैं एन रायपुर मिशिगन में रहता हूँ.
I am based in Toronto, Canada, and I speak English.
हाजुगाम दिश सोमालिया.
मैं इंडिया के एक बहुत प्यारे और तहजीब से भरे हुए शहर लखनऊ से हूँ.
من توی آمستردام زندگی میکنم ولی ایرانی هستم.
I'm not going to show you.
There are approximately 1.9 million Irish speakers.
There's more than 16 million population talking single language.
There are 41 million speakers for the Yoruba language.
There are 260 million speakers of Portuguese.
This is
And we have over 3,000 collaborators across 119 countries who speak 101 languages, working together to unlock multilingual generative AI.
Okay.
This is Aya.
Okay, this goes on. I don't know what else is in there, so I'm not going to just do more. So here it is in the actual playground, and you can log in and go sign up, and it's open source, and you can actually download and try and play with it, I believe. And I've not had a chance to do more. I went and looked at what Abhinaya Mahendran has done with Tamil Lama and Telugu Lama and Malayalam Lama, which is closer to my mother tongue, so I could understand that. And then I was very excited to see the Marathi Lama, the Marathi version in Aya, that is a language I understand, so it is interesting for me. So I'm going to play with a few of this, but what I'm going to bring to you is my focus is, AI ethics, opportunities that is inclusive for all of us. And so I teach how you build stuff, how you build AI in a very collaborative way, and using no code, all kinds of opportunities, and how to actually make that connection from what you want to build to what problem you want to solve and make sense of the data. That's kind of my specialty. So with that lens, I will go back, look at this, and see whether I can bring you something, because I'm pondering this question on how do we actually do this for a linguist, right? If you're not into the if you're not one of these researchers, where would you start? What would you do, right? Where would you get started to actually go and build out language AI? So I got an answer for it here, partially, at least, this is a recommendation that I'm going to bring to you. Where is my window? Okay, so in the spirit of sharing, here is another sharing that is happening from academics. Graham Newbig, professor from CMU, who teaches advanced NLP. So NLP is the foundation piece of AI, that covers all language, right? All kinds of language, voice processing, right? And LLM comes under NLP. And so this is advanced NLP from CMU class. And this is what they've done is they've actually put this course, all the schedule of their lectures, their videos, and their first assignment. And they actually have something called MinLama. It takes me back, right? When I studied computer science, they made us write an operating system. I studied computer science engineering. They would say, you need to learn to write an operating system and recreate Unix in a mini form. And so I think the fashion now is to create mini llamas. And so they have like an overview of NLP. But if you are somebody who's saying, how do we get started and take language and make it into training data for LLM, where do I get started? This is a very good one. And then if you follow Abhinaya Mahendran, let me see if I can find you. Abhinaya Mahendran. Okay, I'm gonna share the screen again. Yes, I stopped sharing. Oh, she's also talking about Cohere because Aya, because she was working as part of that team too. So this is Abhinaya Mahendran, and she works on llamas. And so this is her summary of, not just how many countries and languages. They had 503 million re-annotations to data set, and 3,000 researchers and 56 they have new language ambassadors. That's very interesting, because she's very big on building a community that would work on this, right? That is kind of her this thing. She's working on a part of Aya, but she's also part of other grassroots organizations. So they've done 204K annotations manually done by people. So it's very fascinating. And if you follow her, this is the Kanita Mid I was telling you about. In her profile, she's actually shared her presentation and all that stuff. And she gives a bunch of talks and stuff. So it's wonderful. Okay, so that is about the language AI. You would think in a week when you're hearing about 3,000 researchers. And then what? I saw this other thing, that there is a Singapore language model called Sea Lion, rightfully named. Let me find that for you. I see a notification, maybe a question. Let me check. And more people, guys, come say hello. Okay, Adil. Do you have a question, Adil? Since you're here, do you have a question for me? Ask it away. And of course, you can do your emojis. More people are showing up, guys. This is very exciting for me. But I need to know if this is working, interesting. What are you looking at? What are you working on? Are you working on LLM? Are you interested in learning LLM? Are you building research on it? Are you working in companies saying, I don't know how to make sense of all this, or I'm just playing in a GPT playground or Gemini, and maybe you got Duet AI access too. I don't know. There's a lot of or something totally that I'm not listing here. Okay, so the Sea Lion, this is, oh, come on, guys, to keep on doing this cookie for me. So Singapore, actual Singapore country, right, has built an AI model to represent Southeast Asians, which means they've started with Singaporean language, and then they also have added, they've trained using a whole bunch of other languages, right? So this was, so Singapore government-led initiative. They basically said the first family of models is named Sea Lion, and this is Southeast Asian languages in one network. That's what they're calling it. And and this is from an organization they're called AI Singapore, and they've trained in 11 Southeast Asian languages, including Vietnamese, Thai, Bahasa Indonesia, and it's an open source model. So the world of open source is like bursting, and so this is amazing. This is a survey, I believe, done by this context.news here. So I'm going to skip that. That's a distraction. But Singapore AI, Sea Lion, is a bunch of models, right? And I go look at that. And then I saw India is part of Southeast Asia, but they have a whole initiative with a bunch of models that they've launched. I've already shared some of it. And then I thought that was it. Do you think that was it in this world of AI and languages that is happening this week? No, there is more. I am sure my feed is biased because I'm looking at language models, but these are launched, whether it is coming to my feed or not. The truth is, these were launched literally this week. The announcements came in this week, but that means whether you see it or I see it in my feed, there's a whole bunch of language AI and new languages, local people from various countries and researchers coming together at a grassroots level in open source are creating that many models that for various different languages. Already, from my work from Global South in AI, I have brought you work of Bonaventure, Dosso, and the Masakana team from Africa, and a whole bunch of things that happened in New Rips with Global South in AI. But there is one more. Let me see if I have that saved here. So here, Marco Polignano, I think that's his name. Let me find this, go to this window, and here I'm going to share this. So we heard about a bunch of Indian languages and two different batches of it last week in this team. We saw about Aya, and you saw how they were talking about 100 plus languages with 3,000 people, all researchers, right? And then the sea lion is a whole set of models. And here, this is a professor from Bari and in Italy, and he is saying, "Welcome to Lama Antonia." This is, I mean, even in the way the llamas are named is so beautiful, and it has a zing of that culture in there. So it has 70 billion parameters, and this is the language adaptation of Llama 2 with fine tuning steps on the ultra chat data set. And Llama Antonio 2 7B. That's the model, and this is an Italian model, and it is supposed to have the largest language model for Italian. So, bravo. Okay, I'm excited. And if you are into language research, I would love for you to try this out. Try any of this that interests you, and tell us what you think. And for those of you who are here, please tell me if you like it. And okay, I'm seeing comments. Okay, wow, Adil is working on sign language to make communication easier. Okay, so awesome. Let me see. What are you? So Adil, can you type again? Because I saw that you're working on sign language. I missed the last part on what are you looking for, so I can ask people if they are working on that. And I can tell you there has been some posters at New Rips from Global South in AI related to hearing impaired support and sign language support differently. I think there is. Yes, so I think there are multiple sign languages, and I don't think that was American Sign Language, but there was a sign language poster. And so that would be at globalsouthinai.org. So check it out, see if you can find it. That will be awesome. And we have the posters there from New Rips. The New Rip site also has our posters archived, but there is one on sign language. And if you type again on what you're looking for, I will help you find the data set. I will help you find people. I'll help you learn or find collaborators, whatever it is. We are here doing this together. Okay, so that's the world of language. And then my students, I was telling you about, are interested in a lot. They're coming up with a lot of ideas on projects that they are going to build as I'm teaching them AI. And Yashashwini is coming and teaching them hands-on how to build AI in labs using basic machine learning, deep learning. And she comes from being a researcher in machine unlearning, so she's going to take us there. Today she was actually saying she likes to learn new computer languages, and she spends 2 days to learn a new language. And she has and the students were quizzing her on how do you do this, what is your method. So it was very fascinating. So I think it's a very different world of developers who are doing new things with AI, and then there are all these new products that is coming in, and then my students who are out to go build startups and products inside companies, and learning it and trying to figure out how do you bring this together. And then I showed you this whole open source world of people who are creating more and more new languages, and I'm so excited for what Adil is going to build for sign language. So that is super exciting. So I see another comment. Okay. So you've already developed the MVP. Awesome. I'm happy to talk to you offline if you prefer to do it that way, but I'm interested in seeing, how does, what do you have? What do you have? Is there something I can help you with? So no problem at all. Okay. So I'm going to wrap up this whole list on language as in text. This is multimodal, but languages, right? And then I was telling you about how my students are coming with amazing ideas. So one of the things, they're coming with a lot of things that is visual. That means that it is about image or video, or what I was showing you with Gemini is spatial sense. Can LLM understand spatial sense? And so they want to learn how can we make that happen. So I realized I have to teach them computer vision. And one of the things I did, let me show you. If you might have seen it already on my LinkedIn. So if you just look for my name, when you search, it'll show people, company, this, that at the top. You'll see courses and you can find my courses. That I myself find that's the fastest way to find my own courses on LinkedIn. And one of the things I did is I shared one of my LinkedIn courses. So I'm going to go find myself on LinkedIn. Isn't that funny? It's like a vanity search, but I'm trying to find my courses. Okay, so here I found my courses. Back to Zoom, back to sharing. Here I see you. Okay, so I searched for my name and I clicked on course at the top and I found my courses. So many of you, I know there's thousands of you who have taken this no code AI to learn AI, right? So this AI in connected product, many of you are taking it saying, okay, this is about doing this for compute. This is about IoT, right? Because it says AI for connected products. But in reality, I am doing this with teaching IoT and how to do this with IoT data. That's my focus, right? So camera data, sensor data, if you're thinking about anything related to content from cars and devices and the AI, that's what I'm using that as a basis to teach computer vision and machine learning and generative AI. In here, there is a type of computer vision models. This is the piece.
In the AI lifecycle, that there is training AI, inference AI, and learning AI. In the same way, for computer vision, the AI is trained by label images, and when it is ready for the customer, it is called inference AI. Once the customer interacts with the model, the new images are used to retrain the model as a learning AI. Computer vision models can detect objects, classify or group them, or extract patterns from them using machine learning or a neural network, or combine it with deep learning. A computer vision model can detect an object, such as a person crossing the road in front of a car. That is object detection. Objects are labeled in the training data, and the model learns to identify or detect these objects from the labels or annotations. A computer vision model can classify things as different classes of objects, again done by labeling the images. It can predict patterns in objects it recognizes by classifying them as different class of objects. This is called object classification. A computer vision model is used to count objects in a factory setting by simply identifying a repeat pattern of the same object. This is not a new model, but an application of the same object identification model.
Okay, so this is the one I want you to see if you are getting excited about the world of images and you're saying image generation, because I have shared this on LinkedIn and made this free. Because I'm the author of this course, I have limited time for a set of free access that I can give for my courses. So I've shared this on my LinkedIn profile. And if you are interested in learning computer vision models, in one of the lessons, I'm explaining a variety of machine learning models. In one of the lessons under NLP, I'm explaining generative AI models. So if that is of interest to you, try this course. And then, of course, it's a LinkedIn Learning certificate and all that good stuff. But specifically with computer vision, I would urge you to understand the foundation of how image is processed by a computer, in this case building AI. And that would help, because now we are getting into this new world of multimodal. So I was telling you about multilingual language AI. Multimodal is the same LLM can understand voice, can understand videos. When I was showing you Gemini can draw things, you can go to Gemini and say draw a donkey, draw an owl. I was doing that, right? All that is Imagen is one of the image generation diffusion models that has been integrated into Gemini. So it's good for you to get a foundation understand. I'm not talking about foundation models, I'm saying foundational understanding of this. Because this week, the big exciting announcement from OpenAI is, drum rolls, that they said we have come up with a way to generate videos. So let me go and show you this. This is on, it is, you'll see it on LinkedIn and the news. Okay. Yes, guys, I know I'm not sharing. Let me share my window. So this is SORA. This is the big news. So this is all generated by SORA and create videos up to 60 seconds. Okay. Different people, this is the examples different people are showing. See, some of it looks like very cartoony. Some of it, I think they are very big on like showing the clouds. I like puffy clouds. Um, and this is a beautiful example. And if you look closer, you can actually see that it is computer generated. Otherwise, there are reflection in the water and all that. And why? And these people are going away, but this person seems to be walking at the same pace. If you look critically, but an average person will not catch that. So this is this great progress. I love this one. A person on the cloud. Person is sitting and reading a book on the cloud. That is my dream of what I want to do. When I see puffy clouds, that's what I want to do. I want to sit and read a book there. And they show this and look at the detail of the human and the cloud and everything. So it's beautiful. So that is SORA, and that is the big news announcement this week. Okay, I'm coming back to the LinkedIn window to see comments or questions. What else? Okay, so you'll text me on LinkedIn. Okay. Thank you, Adil. Thank you so much. I really appreciate this because I do this because I get to interact with so many people. There's so much going on. So it's amazing. And the easiest way to come and work with me and get involved is just come to Weekly Wed, because at Weekly Wed we are learning together and we have like a learning community. We're not selling you anything. You can just come if you want. You can watch Weekly Wed the same way, or you can come and join on Zoom. I just shared on here. I have shared that link. Okay, so I showed you one job. So there is so the SORA is this new vision creation for videos, right? There is the concept of vision AI. There's one called Clip, which is all about embedding, which is about building vision using using LLMs, right? The similar concept with large images, right? Large language models. This is large vision models, and I think my students are going to get me to. Uh, uh, are going to get me to teach them that, because the way they are coming up with these ideas and whatnot, I can't say I'm not working on vision and leave it. So let me see. If I get a handle on it, I will bring it to you. Or I'm always looking for experts who are on various, passionate on various topics, who are working on it. You can come speak at Weekly Wed, or you might be able to come and speak and show something to my students, right? So talk to me if that is of interest. Just don't chat here. You can ping me on LinkedIn, or if you're following my newsletter, which is where all the links I'm sharing here would show up. So I do this every week, and many of you who are here would know this, but I have to do this, and I have to tell you, maybe it's a quiz you can actually post where to find my newsletter if you're if you're one of my regulars. Otherwise, I have to do this, guys, and I'm going to tell you. So every link that you're seeing here is going to be at my oh god, it's talking. Okay, so bit.ly/jamte newsletter uh, ha- uh, will have all links shared here on Sudha Live. And one of the ways that LinkedIn live streams is you will be, it will take me back. Every time I'm refreshing, it is taking me back. So if you're watching this, you will be able to start only from the beginning. So because I'm giving this bit.ly Jamte newsletter link at minute 40, that's when you will see the link. So it's kind of the chat will happen corresponding to the actual video. Okay, so I've shown you the jobs, I've shown you the SORA exciting thing. We will be visiting a lot more. There's a new chatbot called Chatbot with RTX from NVidia. It is chatting like Gemini is doing, and you can put in a video and it will produce a summary. So there's capabilities of LLM, which is to produce summarization, then to do Q&A, sequence to sequence, machine translation. So all the language stuff is machine translation. And doing that, building, that's what they're doing. They're not building applications, right? That is the foundation piece that we have seen people. So far, what I've been showing is interesting models and interesting launches. So I always tell my students, there is a difference between what is coming from tech industry and what you're going to use in the application industry. So far, a lot of these models and everything that I've been showing you is from tech industry, right? So if you're interested in learning LLMs, here is another bit.ly. I'm going to give you Jamte LLM course. And thank you, Paria, for setting this up. It's a 4-hour certificate course, free, so you can learn foundations of LLM, how they work. And then I have a piece on how do you take what you have and figure out the capabilities and match it to go build a chatbot for your company. And the starting point of that is in there. So thank you, people, for still hanging around here. I appreciate this. If you have questions now, if you work in the chatbot world, and Latimer is a chatbot, not a chatbot, an LLM, that I would recommend that you check it out. And we are going to have the Latimer founders and team at Weekly Wednesday. So we will learn a lot from them. I haven't gotten Rufus access. So once I have that, I will become much more confident to tell you a little bit about the whole idea of how the world of existing recommended systems comes and meets the world of LLM as a chatbot. And how do you go build those? Because that's what I'm going for, the thing I'm working on. So one of my projects I've told you is to build a course for LinkedIn Learning on generative AI using no code for business. And I'm done with the scripting. So I'm going to be recording very soon. So I don't know when exactly it will launch, because they build this like a whole Netflix movie and do production and all that. It's amazing, amazing work. And it's a fantastic team. So I'm very excited to get started with that. So that's one of the reasons, must be, that's right, why I'm kind of looking at every single LLM, because I don't want to build a course with something here and then tomorrow there's something new, right? I was calling Bard to do something, and then Bard is now Gemini. So it can't be dated. That's what happened with my book. I launched my book in April last year on generative AI, and I started teaching my Stanford class with that as the textbook. While I was teaching, more new things were launching. Palm was launching, Lambda was launching at that time. There's a whole bunch of things that new stuff has come. So I have to keep updating. Luckily, it's a Kindle book, so I can keep it up to date very easily. But there's so much going on, right? And I have to play with it. I have to put that in the context, because my users are are going to go do some innovation with this. So I have to think about it in context. So 2 more things I'm going to show you. Let me see. We are almost out of time, but there's a bunch of calls, so I'm going to zip through that, and all this I will share in the newsletter. So there is a call for virtual workshop on trust and safety in the majority world, April 3rd and 4th. So this is call for workshop that you can contribute on the workshop. So that is, I believe it is from Berkman. Let me see, it's from Berkman. Oh, this is in rebooting social media in Harvard University. Yes, 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 yes. Let me share my screen. Sometimes by sharing my screen, you see it, right? Because if I just read it out, it's not fun. So this is trust and safety in the majority world. It's a workshop, so they're calling for contributions. So good luck. If this is your area, by 20th, you should be able to contribute. Okay. So there's a lot more other thing. I think Rexis has opened a call for paper. That is in end of April, I believe. There is an Edge in Tech symposium in advancing health tech for everyone. There is an AI in production event that is going on for 5 days. This is day 2 that is happening. And there's an AI for Good canvas of the future. I was telling you that AI for Good has collaborated with Shutterstock. That is still open till Feb 29th. There's a whole bunch of things. And then there's a whole bunch of things happening in the responsible AI and policy world. And the good thing is all Europe countries have signed on to it. So there's a negotiation with US to collaborate to create governance. So like we have GDPR for data, which started from EU, there is going to be AI governance from Europe, from EU specifically, and a collaboration with US. There is also a call for papers, building AI, a just AI ecosystem in Africa. RI is Just AI project. Okay, so so I'm going to share all this, and then there's one more Mirai Innovation Research Institute from Osaka, Japan, has a call for a training program. So it's called Emerging Future Technology Training Program. You could be a mentor or a lecturer. They have a program where you could contribute and come teach. And they have some funding for it too. And they also have a virtual option. So I'm finding that there's a lot of flexibility in what you can be doing and collaborating that's happening. So I will be sharing all this in the Jamthe newsletter. So don't worry about it. If you saw something that's interesting, then make sure that you follow me here, or just tag a friend. If this is of interest to somebody, just tag a friend. That would be fantastic, right? And that is what I find that very interesting, because since all of us come together to build AI, different perspectives, same person seeing this would gain something, or they might say, "Ha, I'm working on this other thing, so maybe we can collaborate." And of course, I would love for you guys to come to Weekly Wed and talk. So the one last thing I'm going to show you before I go is one of the conversations that I've had today in my class is about digital twins. And you have heard me, if you have followed me, or if you follow me on Business School of AI. So those of you who are asking, where's the live stream? How do I join the Zoom? What are the different projects? The easiest thing is you can just follow Business School of AI on LinkedIn, and you'll get the information. You will get all the different live streams shared and stuff, right? And right on LinkedIn, it's not much noisy. We're not collecting your email or anything else. That's my student community, my community of student alums that I'm talking to. But I'm also looking to collaborate with other people who are working on various different interesting aspects of AI. I'm always looking for what is happening in industry, because I do a very select amount of advisory work, meeting with companies. So I need to know what's happening. I need to go hands-on. I need to know what piece I'm building, what piece I understand, where is value created. In the end, if I'm just giving you a bunch of models created by technology industry, and if enterprise is slow to adapt, which is what is happening right now, because they're saying, is it open source? Is it closed models? Just yet another new jargon in there. So how do I make sense of it to create value? Because that's the real money. right? So just follow Business School of AI. I'm happy to help and collaborate. And if you want to engage with me and ask questions, you have to do that in the live stream, or you can reply back in the newsletter. So that would be a easy way. And a lot of people send me messages on LinkedIn. I cannot respond to everything. If I see it, it's fine. If my team sees it, then it might be delayed to get to me directly. But I'm very, very, very thankful for all of you who are here talking, doing your likes, and I'm seeing a lot of emojis today, so I appreciate that. So the fun conversation is, so if you followed me before, you know that I love digital twins. In fact, I have a session on digital twins in the same AI for connected products course that I shared on LinkedIn Learning. So I've done LinkedIn. I've done digital twins in the concept of IoT, that's connected products, and in autonomous vehicles. And there are 3 digital twins in the autonomous vehicle. So if you're one of my students, give an answer on what are these 3 digital twins in the car. I'm not going to say that. So because this topic is not about autonomous vehicle, it's about taking digital twins to the next level. And there is a movement to actually create a digital twin of people. And earlier, there is a movie on Netflix called Social Dilemma, which talks about how Facebook misuses this by using their data, and was kind of trying to do for engagement and stuff. So about ethical. About AI ethics on social media, specifically focused on Facebook. That is a movie there. But what happens is there is a possibility that you could do this to capture people, because there is this in the exception.com site, and they were showing Lincoln coming in and talking to make a point. Similarly, there are fake characters that are being done as fake news. And there is kind of, maybe we could have Picasso come and explain art while I'm walking through a museum. And there are things like that happens, right? Which could be good, but most of it is kind of not good, right? So there's a movement from big tech companies to say this is created by AI, and there is also stats that fake news spreads faster than regular news. But in spite of all this, there is a movement to create a digital twin of us as humans and preserve it for the future. And that's the discussion I had with my student. So I can't go through the whole discussion on what they are doing. Then they build amazing things. I'll bring it to you. But I found there is a digital twin of a human body to create. It's called like elementary, right? It's called Virtual Humans Factory. Oh my God, the name sounds scary. The name sounds so scary, so scary. Okay, here it is. This is, so when I start, I'm going to start this right from the beginning. elem.bio, and they create virtual humans. It's called Virtual Human Factories. And the idea is they are creating population of virtual humans to predict the outcome of pharmacological and medical device therapeutics. So the idea of digital twin is you create a digital twin of a physical asset. I'm not going to play this video. If you want, you can go play this and see this. But they're basically, what they're doing is they're going to simulate. That's what the whole idea of a digital twin is. You can simulate a setting. That's what we do in car design and machine design and bio material and all that stuff. Now they want to do that with humans. So this is one. But what my student was talking is, can we create a human look-alike, essentially, capture their characteristics, their nuances? And he was saying, can we just do that with voice? And I said, yes, you can take somebody's voice and you can create a fake voice. Can we do that with their image? I believe I've shared something like that before. I don't know. I have to look it up what that URL is. I'll come back and post it here. But I've shared this here in Sudalaya about 4 weeks back, where you can give an image using StyleGAN. You can give a picture of a person, and then it will generate images with the look-alike based on that style. So you can get the images, you can get the sound. So the other thing is, what about their personality? Because if somebody is talking, And if it doesn't talk like them, nuance like them, what do you do? So then this is the other piece I shared. This is the last thing I'm going to leave with you, and then I'm going to head off into my weekend. So character.ai, I've shown this while back. So they have actually taken LLMs and done fine tuning, and I can chat with Shakespeare. Okay, so to be, not to be, do you think that's the question? No. The question is, what is a rose? Oh, it's not going to let me do this now because I have exhausted my free chat I can have. But the question is, if you go pick a character and it will start talking like that character, which they fine tune, because the fine tuning that they do with LLMs, this is what you do in chatbot building, is you fine tune for tone and content, right? So that's what they're doing. So go to character.ai and play with it, guys. So with that, I want to wrap up. Let me see. I gave you a bunch of calls. SORA, Aya, the Singapore sea lion, the Italian LLM. I think I'm done. So thank you everybody for hanging around with me. So this will be out, all the links and this one will be out at Jamthe newsletter that goes out on Monday, my Monday here in Silicon Valley. So thank you everybody. Stay safe. I heard it's going to rain and we are getting our clouds back. Hope it's not that kind of crazy storm with atmospheric river that we had. But I don't know, wherever you are in the world, stay safe and keep learning. And I will meet you again next week. And ciao. Bye.